Okay, let's get into it. So, close watch list going into today is, of course, Tesla. We've done very, very well being patient, sitting on our hands, and avoiding Tesla. Why? Because it's just been sitting in a channel. It's been sitting between 450 and 416. So anywhere in there is a channel, and we're finally getting this breakout over 466. So, I broke this down a while ago. You can go watch, a pre-market game plan video. And my thesis on this was, hey, this may set up like on the dot a year later. The last time we had price close above 466.50 on Tesla was on the 17th of December last year, and today's the 15th. So kind of crazy, right? That was my analysis a while ago, and we're approaching, right? 1 year later on the dot, which is it's crazy. So, right, patience pays. So that being said, right, we're getting a breakout here outside of 466.50. We took our shot here almost a month ago over this, but we didn't hold on the daily. We didn't hold on the daily. You can see here. So coming into today for me, I'm not going to really wag my tail too much because Tesla's proven that we can get over 466. There's no doubt about that. It's proven it can do that. But it has not proven to us yet that it can hold above 466. So coming into today, right, as you know, I avoid channels. I don't trade channels. It's a beautiful setup here. I'm looking for a pullback long off of 466. Everything that I teach you guys, I want to see this channel turn into support. If this holds, if this sets up, there's nothing in this way to the upside. There's absolutely nothing in this way to all-time highs. Like I said, Tesla's really the main name that's behind. Every other tech name has pretty much made all-time highs. AMD, Google, Nvidia, um, Apple, SPY, and even the Qs. These all these names have made all-time highs. Amazon, except for Tesla. Tesla's the only major tech name that's really lagging behind. So looking for a pullback long here today on Qs. I'm sorry, on Tesla. That's all I'm looking for. I want to see if this holds. Beautiful here. We're above the previous day high. Beautiful confluence there. If price is above previous day high, it's more likely to continue higher. That's exactly what I want to see. So that's what I'm looking for here on Tesla. Nvidia. So as we know, Nvidia is also in a range. I keep breaking this down, saying, hey, as long as we're under 184.50, I'm hands off. But if you look left, you notice that Nvidia doesn't have a problem getting to the top of the range. It doesn't have a problem getting to 184.50. What it has a problem with doing, kind of just like Tesla, is actually holding above it. But if you look left, you see every time we pull back here, we push up. You can see we pull back here, we hold, we push up. We pull back here, we push up. So I'm looking for a pullback long off of 176.75, right? Targeting the top of this range. I always say you want to be in a trade at the bottom of the range before we get to the top. The A plus setups don't look like one in the moment. But I know, hey, if we can get above this and buyers can push this thing back up, we are chilling comfortably in our trade. So I'm looking for a long over 176.75 here on Nvidia. And then what else? And then just Apple, right? Apple's really not doing much. But it is on my close watch list. This is what Apple does. Consolidates, leg higher, consolidates, leg higher. So I'm just waiting for this. There's nothing in this way. Targeting all-time highs. Apple looks really good. Apple looks really, really good. So that's all I'm waiting for there on Apple. It's still stuck in between here. It did that all last week. So we're either going to get that or we're going to get that, one or the other. But that's what I'm looking for here on Apple. And then, of course, like I've been telling the Discord every single day, right? This is our last key level, 685.80 before we see all-time highs here on SPY. Beautiful to see, right? Our range holds. Friday, most traders are thinking, oh, we're selling off or rejecting. Look at us now. We pulled all the way back to the bottom of the range. This was the same trade that we took on QQQ last Thursday. Pullback long, right? You're just looking for pullback longs. Friday, it held. Now we're already back at the top of the range. These are the A plus shots you want to be in before we get up here. Why? Because up here, you're late to the party. So that being said, you go here on the intraday. This looks really good. A lot of thin volume, crazy V-shaped recovery, beautiful pullback long off a key level down here. So this is our last key level. It is our last key level here before we see all-time high. So break and retest over 685.80 is super solid. So this really the key names on my close watch list coming into today. Feels good to have the main three back. The big three is what I call it. My big three. So Tesla, Nvidia, Apple. It's been a very long time since I've had all three of these names just back up again. So looks good. But of course, these tech names is what's going to be on my close watch list. I'm going to be very patient here on Tesla. Very patient because I'm a risk manager before I'm a trader. I don't trade the first 2 minute candles. History likes to repeat itself. I'm seeing this as a potential bull trap. If it doesn't hold in my head, it's just another bull trap. Like I said, we have no problem getting above here. We have no problem getting up here. It's holding above here. So going to be very cautious here just to avoid, bull trap. People are very aggressive at market open. So let's let those traders maybe get squeezed out of their position, or let's see if buyers can take over, give us a nice little pop to the upside, then a pullback. But we're going to be patient here at open. A big pop here during the pre-market, but that's very big pop here. It's pretty much Q's breaking over its weekly level, 617. We got about 1 minute and 20 seconds here until market opens. As we know, right, I don't trade the first 2 minute candle. I'm gonna be very patient here. The main two that's pretty much setting up is Tesla and Apple. Because NVIDIA, right? I mean, if we don't get this pullback off of 176, we're just pretty much in the middle of the range anyway. So I'm not really too focused on that. Let's see. Yeah, we'll see what sets up here with Qs. Got about 30 seconds here till market opens. I'm sorry, with Tesla. So Belgium. Pretty big blow off top here anyway on Tesla. But remember, right? I don't have FOMO on these because sometimes I see them as, hey, we got a big breakout on the daily candle, and then we just wait for the pullback retest. So we shall see. Pullback here on the overall market. So obviously there's relative strength on Tesla. NVIDIA and Q seems to be in sync. As we know, I don't trade that first 2 minute candle anyway. Heavy pullback here on Apple. Big breakout here on Tesla. No surprise though, right? It's a blow off top. It's not a surprise. We should know this. Blow off top. Definitely relative strength here on Tesla though. Q's and SPY pulling back. Inside bar day, it's not bullish buy. Well, I mean, we are bullish buys, but yeah, we aren't bearish looking for shorts, but pulling back pretty heavy. So that's what you're seeing here. I do like on the video that, it is actually trying to hold here as the overall market is pulling back. I'm actually bearish buys here on Netflix. Let's see if Netflix can give us that. Guys, I'm looking at Nvidia and Netflix. Nvidia is actually trying to hold. Kind of looking for that. Kind of just want a little bit of a deeper pullback on Nvidia. No FOMO here on Tesla. It's pretty much just a blow off top. Market is pulling back pretty heavy. Just can't go long here on the video when this overall market's just pulling back. The only name that really has relative strength here is Tesla. Only name. I'm bearish bias on Netflix, just don't get a deep enough pullback on the retest. Get a really good holder on water here. I would have taken this shot here on Nvidia if Q's was like able to get over 617 and hold, but there's no divergence. There's no divergence. If I can see like a curl here on Apple, like a slow curl, and then like buyer step up, I'm very open to taking that. Bullish bias on this name. History likes to repeat itself. We keep pulling to the bottom of this range on Apple, so we'll see. Like I said, context matters. So if Q's and SPY wants to stay heavy, like I can't really short against the market. I'm sorry, long against the market, and I'm not spotting divergence. We can clearly see the only name with relative strength is Tesla, which is fine, right? It may set up tomorrow. It may set up Wednesday. But just we'll be looking for a pullback long off of that. We'll see what happens here in NVIDIA. Now, if we get a break and retest, I'm open to giving it a shot. Could just be a liquidity grab. So we'll see. Pretty much the game plan on Netflix played out just not a deep enough pullback. I'm still looking at Apple and NVIDIA. Market's just pulling back a little too heavy. we're bullish bias on all these names. It's really nothing for me to short on Apple. NVIDIA never held on a pullback, so we're not looking for a pullback. I'm sorry, for a reclaim. We're looking for another break and retest to set up. We're looking for that to set up again, risking right under. So I am actually seeing divergence here on NVIDIA while the overall market is pulling back. Yeah, I am spotting divergence here, like strength on NVIDIA, but I just need more displacement before this retest here. We'll see if we get a pullback today on Tesla. But once the market finds some support, then maybe we can see a bounce. Maybe. This is what we're looking at here. You can see pretty much middle of the range here on the Qs, but definitely rejecting our key level here, 617, perfectly. SPY, right? This was our last key level to get over. We're seeing all-time highs, rejected on this spot. So we did our job finding a key level. This, see what I mean? Like, there are some buyers here on NVIDIA. You can see that. I just need more displacement on this name to go long. Like that. See, there's definitely divergence here. See what I mean? So far, thesis is correct on the video. We just need a retest. Yeah, note I'm looking for here on the video. I just need something like that. Like I said, every time we get over 176, we actually push this thing up to 184.50. So I'm not looking to short this name. We're still very, very bullish. If Apple sets up, I'm open to that too. Right? Could just be a morning squeeze to the downside. All these names that are pulling back are bullish on the higher time frame. Apple is the most, I would say. Well, maybe now, actually now it's Tesla. Tesla's the most bullish on the tech side. Right, so now that I spotted some divergence here on NVIDIA, this is very strong though, very strong. So we'll see if we get a retest. Guys, I'm looking at NVIDIA. It's the only one that's pretty much looking to like set up here. I like it because there is some relative strength on this name now. We're pretty much damn near back at the high today. So good V-shaped recovery. If I don't get this retest, so be it. I just won't get this trade. But I know what I'm looking for, kind of to get in at the bottom of the range. Market's pulling back very heavy though. Like I said, still an inside bar day, but it's pulling back. NVIDIA is not. So I would need to see strong buyers kind of step up here if I do want to take this. Some Mondays, I would really be looking at the 177. I'll see here. I might play at the money cons on the video, to be honest. 177.50. Yeah, they both look decent. So one strike, it's not too bad. The open interest is pretty much doubled though. On I'm sorry, the volume is pretty much doubled on the at the money cons here on the video. Also, in case anyone's forgetting, right, guys, like we're still in a channel, right? Like not too much here. If we give up 612.80, we're definitely in a channel, and then on SPY back in the channel. That's 3 weeks now in a row. So you can see it's really nothing on SPY, right? Previous day high, previous day low, top of the range, bottom of the range, and it's just sitting in between both. So we're just doing this. It's nothing there. I know how Apple moves. Apple can definitely do one of those. Market's just too heavy right now for a lot of these. There's a really good reclaim here on the video. That was an instant break and retest, but that wasn't enough displacement for me. Good recovery here. Hammer stick candle, upside, almost back towards the high day. And then Tesla's pretty high up. So the way I see it is I just got my breakout and displacement candle on the daily. So now tomorrow, Wednesday, doesn't matter how long it take. I'm just waiting for this. This pullback long is still valid as long as we don't make new all-time highs. So just got to be patient here and see. Market's moving lower on the intraday. I've noticed every time the market does pull back and approaches a key support level, it definitely respects it. But right now, both of these names are just dead smack in the middle of the range. So there's really nothing going on. Really nothing going on. Oh, you can see pretty heavy right now. The only one that I like for Qs at least is no, I definitely want Qs to hold this 612. It did last Friday. Reason for that being is remember, under 612, all this is just a channel. This is sideways action, right? In between 587 and 612. This is just sideways action. So we'll really just be going back into this channel. We got to see, have to see. We're not bearish bias until we fall under 576.45. So, so if this pulled back, I have to wait and see. If the market's just too heavy, sure. You can see it's really not much going on the video. If I get into it, it's pretty much just a slow grind mover. I know that. Could be a lower low, I don't know. But, if I get a pullback and I see strong, big momentum and volume spike, that's a good shot for me. That's a very good shot for me. That's a risk that I'm willing to take. Like I said, I am spotting divergence on this name. I mean, look at Q's, right? Like I said, on a technical standpoint, price hasn't moved higher or lower since it's still in between the previous day high and the previous day low. So, even though we are pulling back, price really is not doing anything. If Q's can pull back, to the 612.80, give us a little bounce. Like this is the big RR trade. Some people probably took, you know, maybe something like this, like on a, give me one sec, like this opening print, retest. You got the breakout here, scalped into the high day. But this is the big RR trade. My thesis is correct as long as we're above here on the retest. My stop loss is under here, so that way I catch this entire move and then possibly even swing trade this. I want to see something like this on Qs. It's pretty much a previous day low, fabrics. I don't think it matters here. It's 77.50. I want this candle to close. Let me see. And it's not a fan of like the price action right now. It's not a fan. This morning downside is just a little too heavy for my liking. Like, if Q's can find some support here, which it looks like it's trying to do maybe, but I'm just not spotting like too much. Very tight stop here on the video if this sets up. See what I mean? Like I'm okay skipping this. Like I said, if I saw the market just find like some very strong support, maybe, but it's kind of hard to find that right now. NVIDIA is fighting though. It definitely is. Look at Apple, look at Tesla, look at NVIDIA. Even look at Qs. NVIDIA is definitely like trying to hold this. I'm gonna just let this candle close and kind of see what happens here. Because this market is it's very heavy right now. Qs is breaking through 612.80. See what I mean? I'll give props to NVIDIA, right? I'll give it its flowers. It's definitely trying to hold. There's no doubt about that. Okay, I'm long NVIDIA. It's kind of worth the shot for me. I'm just seeing that divergence. Whatever happens, happens. If this can hold, it definitely looks good. Very strong push here. Very strong push here on NVIDIA. Oh man. Oh man. Nice. Very nice. Quick two bands on the day. Let's see. That was beautiful. That was like very patient. 2000. That was solid. Honestly, all that was this. Give me one sec. Look at Qs. When I saw Qs like have strong buyers here step up, I took my shot. That big spike you saw in the video was that. The video may just hold as well. I just like you can see the divergence. Look at Apple, look at NVIDIA, and then look at Tesla. Context matters really on the hold. I'm very happy like holding into the swing, but this overall market pulling back too heavy. That was solid. I actually played at the money cons. Signaled that out, so not bad for a Monday. Not bad. I wish the overall market conditions were a little better, but that's whatever. I'm happy with the trade. Plan your trade, trade your plan. It's really all you can do. And most people may wonder, all right, Kel, why didn't you hold? Why'd you sell as a whole? Why didn't you scale out? Because I don't have the market in my favor. This was beautiful. I took my shot, very tight risk. You can see sellers are stepping in. All you got to do is look left. So when you look at it from this point, we really haven't gotten a body candle closure above here. Like it's just not the best market conditions right now. When the market's in a channel, got to be a little bit more conservative, right? You got to know the pros and cons to your system. What's the pros and cons to the break and retest, consolidation, channels? All right, right off the pre-market plan, we spoke about this. I knew what I was looking for here. I took my shot. Other than that, we're kind of just chilling in between here. But we were able to catch this whole momentum. That's beautiful. What a trade. You guys caught that too. Pretty solid. I was typing that out step by step. So I think for you guys as well, like in the Discord with the small account, this is a better trade anyway, because today the contract's on Tesla's like $700. So I'm being mindful of that, right? That's why, even though I personally like NVIDIA and Apple, that's why I mainly watch these names as well, just because they're small account friendly, right? At least you can buy a couple of contracts. Like, one strike price out of the money on Tesla today is what? What is Tesla? Tesla, yeah, bro, like $1,000. So this is a really good trade here on NVIDIA, a really, really good trade. Sold into that high day, understood the market context, right? I understand, hey, the market's not trending with me. The market's not in my favor. So, I'm holding and managing my trades based on what the market is doing. And then I'm noticing, right? We can't get a candle above here. So that was great. That was a great trade. Quick 2K on the day. Good way to start off the Monday with these market conditions. We've just been taking base hits, base hits, base hits, base hits. Less is more. All right, we're bullish bias on the video. I'm not looking to short this name. Crazy though. Crazy. I can't tell you guys the last time I took a trade on a video. I swear on my life, I cannot tell you the last time I took a trade on a video. Today's what, the 15th? This is definitely my first trade this month on this name. That's for sure. Definitely. I think conditions just suck right now, but this is what I'm looking for in the video. I mean, you can see not the best price action at open. You can see on the 15-minute, we were definitely defending this 176. Let me go here on the 1 hour just so you can see, right? We're in a channel. So my high probability shot is at the bottom of the channel, right? Pull back long. Trade down here before we get up here. But SPY and Qs is just too heavy. But, every time we pull back here, we have no problem pushing up. Just look at these days. We have no problem pushing up. We reclaimed here. We ended up doing that. So I know what I was looking for here. I took my shot. Good sell, because look at this resistance here. Give me one sec. Look at this resistance here. It's a lot of resistance right there. So happy with the sell. But for those who are wondering, Kel, why didn't you hold? Why didn't you scale out into the high day? I don't really like to scale out. I like to hold my position full size. I want to see the high day get a breakout, turn into support, and continue higher, and then the high day is my new stop loss. But you can't be greedy and like force that and hold that. If I'm getting into a push and then I look to my left and I see a lot of resistance, which you can clearly see, I was right. And then the overall market, SPY and Qs is just pulling back, which means what? I don't got the market in my favor, right? Those are things that like help me determine hold, stay. Like if we're flirting with the high day, and I see, a war going on between the buyers and the sellers, but the overall market's pushing to the upside, I'm gonna sit in that because I know I got the market in my favor and I'm on the right side of the fence. But context matters. Pretty much done with the video. I only trade the first 2 hours, but it hasn't even been an hour yet at market open. But I kind of want to sit around till Tesla occurs because Tesla can definitely set up. But what I'm looking for here on Tesla is like this. See, this is how I don't have like FOMO kick in because I know what I'm looking for. If it doesn't set up today, I just see this. All right, I just got the breakout on the daily time frame. We should know this by now. I got the breakout on the daily and good displacement. Now, what am I looking for tomorrow or the day after? Just a pullback here. If we get this, I'm hands off. I don't want to break and retest over the all-time high. I don't want that. Kind of a gap fill here too. I would love for us to fell into this and then reclaim it. Why? Because as you know, when we fell under a key level, what does that do? Right? Those are shorts getting squeezed out of their position for a loss. And what does that do? It feels that move higher. When you look at Tesla, right? Why would you look to short this name? We were just at 389 and now we're almost back at all-time highs. This thing is on a crazy rip to the upside. So as long as we don't take out 48, this is valid. I'm looking for that. That is very valid. May not set up today, may not set up tomorrow. Who knows? This candle, it may just be a hammer stick candle. We close red, and guess what? It was just a bull trap. That's also a possibility. You can see sellers are starting to step in. So like I said, at market open, all you got to do is look left. There's no problem at all Tesla getting to the top of the range. It's holding over this. So we'll see if, by the end of the day, was this a bull trap, right? We won't know until we know. So yeah, this was a dot on the video. The patience, right? We held our water. We read the market well. We sold well. Like we knew what we were looking for. Everything, like you got to know when to hold, when to exit, when to scale, when to like all these things matter. So look at Qs. And the video really could have ripped today if the overall market wasn't pulling back because we clearly saw the relative strength there. Look at Qs, right? Give us that little pop, fell. That's what we're seeing here on the video. So that was a great. I think that was over 10%. So that's a solid trade there. I really wanted to hold this and see if we can get a breakout to the high day and turn that into support, but obviously we didn't. For Monday, those cons did hold pretty well. Right? Just context matters. Like when you look at this, buyers are definitely defending 176. They are definitely defending this. We can clearly see, right? Clear as daylight. There's no coincidence. They're defending this very well. This was a great little bear trap or bullish bias on the weekly, on the daily. These are people, right, trying to short this name, get squeezed out of the position, right? Big hammer stick candle comes down from what 175 all the way up to 178. That's solid. But definitely think I'm gonna call it here. Quick morning. I will stay on guys, I will be watching Tesla. So if I take this trade, I'll signal that out um in the call out section. So I'll sit here till 8:30. Other than that, pretty much done here. Good day, quick day, planned our trade, traded our plan, very patient, held our water, took our shot, and that's pretty much it. So it's been a good month so far. Decent month, slow month, but we've been letting all of our trades come out, which is really good. So let's see, what am I missing? That's pretty much it. I've got plenty of live trades, uploaded where we have waited for this and then take our shot. Right? Our job's not to be right or wrong. It's a big RR trade. We're risking right under here to make that much. See what I mean? You want to be in down here before we get back up there. That's worth the risk to me. Very good trade here. We got this whole move, zero drawdown, just straight upside momentum candle. Right? It's failing now. Why? Because Q's is heavy. Textbook. We've been doing really good doing all that. The start of this month. We've like last week was a beautiful week. It was a beautiful week. We did really well, just avoiding a lot of fake outs. Market's heavy right now because this is like an A+ shot for me on IWM. Look at that. The break. This is the retest. You see it was resistance here, breakout. Want to see that. Then again, it is IWM though. If I take this, guys, I'm not going to signal this. I don't want to practice. Have you guys practice about how this less is more. Good shot today. Good trade. Keep the Monday clean. IWM has a personality of his own. Oh, yeah, other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, if I take this trade on Tesla, I will signal that out. But I'm gonna call it here. IWM seems to be working out. It's an A+ shot. It's a weekly level. Someone's taking that. Yeah, someone told me they just took this. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here, guys. Good day today. All right, planned our trade, traded our plan, took our shot, understood market conditions. Not a lot going on. The video set up. We're still waiting for Tesla to pull back here. So who knows how long that'll be. We're still very bullish bias on Apple. It's gonna be a long time until we're bearish bias on this name. So super cool to see this 176 hold though on the video. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. But gotta keep in mind, right? Look at this market. Like look at SPY. It's still stuck in this channel. Can't forget that. It's still stuck in this channel. So the overall market is doing nothing. So don't think that, hey, now it's time to step on the gas and it's not. There's some names setting up for sure, right? I think the video would have had a better day if we had some upside on Qs, clear relative strength on Tesla, and then Apple's just pulling back with the overall market. But when you look at SPY, it's just in a range, bro. Right? It's just in a range. So I'm gonna call it here. I will see you guys on the next one.